Easy people, today I'm going to give you a beginner's guide to The Matrix. That's not the movie with Keanu Reeves and the other people. My brain's just totally seized up. Who was in The Matrix now? Neo was Keanu, and wow, I can't remember anybody else. That COVID done me. Anyway, we're on about The Matrix. So what we're going to do is, no, that's going to bug me. Who was in The Matrix now? What was the other guy's name? My gosh, he was in Event Horizon as well. I don't know. And Deep Cover. That's one of my favourite films. I don't know why I've forgotten. He's Lawrence Fishburne. Thank you. Lawrence Fishburne. My gosh. Anyway, this is a beginner's guide to The Matrix. So I'm going to press empty project and we'll start with an empty project. What you're looking at here is this information here is represented here. This information here along this side is represented here. These are launch tracks. These are clips. Each one of these here is obviously a track, or it might not be obvious, but each one of these is a track. At the moment, I only have 2 tracks on. I have a plug-in track, because it even says there, and I have an audio track. I'm going to delete this audio track, and I'm going to delete this plug-in track. I was going to delete these, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I'll delete them. I'll delete them quickly so that you get what's going on here. So that's top one, right? So you can't do anything in here without having launch tracks. At the moment, I've deleted all the launch tracks. So if I press anything, it's not going to work. Even if I press, and I'm going to load in a drum kit, right? I've got a drum kit in there. I can't do anything with it. Can't record anything. If I try and press record, it can't, because there's no launch track. So keep that in mind, just in case anybody didn't know what that situation was. Golden rule, what you want to do as soon as you start, and you only have to do it once and then it's permanent, is press shift and launch. I'll do that again, shift and launch, and then tick show arrangement in clip matrix. This is your friend, because what this means is you now have the same access that you have in clip mode for the arrangement. I hope that made sense. What I mean, if you were crazy, you could just record directly into the arranger without ever using clip mode. I can go shift launch, and then I can press shift record, press record on there. That's now recorded into the arranger. I'm going to speed that up a bit because of what I wanted to show anyways. I'll do it to there. And if I press that, so you might be going, well, where is that information? Well, it's in the arranger, so I'll just go clip and in arrange, and then we've got that there. I'll do my special going there. So we've got screen, zoom in, press stop, scroll back, and there you can see all the data. That's not the best way of using this, and it would be the same true for using Ableton. The session mode is the best way to utilize any of these platforms, but we're talking about Akai Force now. So if I want to clear that information and say I just want to start with a nice blank one, I can press delete and launch, and that's going to clear the arranger, because the arranger is the top panel. So remember, now that I've got this shift launch in here and ticked on, it means this top one is now the arranger. And that's a good way and a quick way of working with arranger. It means, like, if you're working on something, you've put some vocals down, but you want to remix the track, you could have your vocal on this and be playing in the arranger, and then you could be working with all the rest of the information here. So keep that in mind. It's quite nifty. So let's start with some launch tracks. And you, by default, as you've seen, by default, you already have 8 launch tracks. But if you wanted to create launch tracks, you would press edit and then any track button that you want to work on. So what I'm going to do, just to show something, I'm going to insert 7 tracks. And the reason why it's going to be 7 launch tracks is because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because remember, the top one is already taken place by the arranger, so that's not used now. That's the arranger track. So remember, you've got that there. And then if I press the first option, insert, that will insert a track there, but it'll also populate the tracks above it. So that's a quick way of doing that. Alternatively, I could press that, and what that'll do is it'll insert 8 from there. So always remember that insert adds information. It doesn't go over the top. It inserts the information, and you can do clear, and clear is the same as delete. So if I press delete and I press that, it's the same. Insert and capture, I will show next. So like I said, I'm going to just press insert, and then we've got 7. So we've got 7 there. And what I'll do is I'm going to copy this track a couple of times. I'll do it for 4 because 4's just quick and easy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly make something up here. So right. So I've got all of that there, and these are all separate pieces of clip information. And like I say, they're represented there and they're represented here. If I wanted to copy that information, straightforward, I press copy, and then I just copy it to wherever. As long as you see a launch track, and the launch track is available whenever you see a play button, you can copy to any of those launch tracks. So I could copy to there, and that's it. But let's say I didn't want to do that, and I'll just quickly undo that. Say I liked, I don't know, I'll stop all. Couple of ways of stopping all as well. I'll show you that. So I would say I was playing that, and I didn't want to use stop all. I could just hit another launch, and that's the same as stopping something. So let's say I like these 3. If I do copy, that'll copy all this row. But if I use edit and launch, and I go insert capture, that's going to just only copy the information that I wanted. Now, the thing you have to remember, and this is something sometimes people go, oh, well, how come that ended up there? You've got to remember, wherever you're pressing, it's going to insert the information. So just to make triple sure that you understand what I'm saying, I'm going to copy this to here. So now remember that was on 4, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this, I'm going to insert, right? Oh no, do you know what? I pressed the wrong one. My bad. I'm not going to edit this. I'm going to show it in real time. I'm going to insert into here. So when I press edit and this launch button here, it's going to insert and capture these 2, because that's what I'm going to do. Insert and capture into there. So as you can see, that was blank. So what it did is it added it in that space and moved it down 1. So just keep that in mind. I'll show that game one more time, just to dribble, make sure everybody got that. I'm going to insert into this one where it's got information already there. So this has already got this information there. I'll just bring that down 1 so you can see that that information is there. It's represented there. And I'm going to press that, edit, and I'm going to insert capture this information here on this track. It's not going to copy over it, it's going to insert. So keep that in mind. So yeah, hopefully you made sense to you. Again, if I want to delete something, you can just press delete. If I press delete, though, remember this. The difference between pressing delete here and pressing clear is if I press delete, I'll delete that launch track. So I'll show you. I'm going to press that. I've deleted that launch track. Obviously, this is not going to have any effect because I've got enough launch tracks underneath it. If I didn't have a launch track underneath it, then there would be an issue because I've just lost that track. So I'm going to go undo again. But if I go edit and I do this and I clear, this doesn't delete the launch track. It just clears the data from that track. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, I think that's really it. The matrix, the rest of the stuff is you can copy from, I can copy this data to here if it's of a similar type of track. So for example, all MIDI information, i.e. plugins, drum programs and MIDI, all of those can be copied. So like if I've got piano, I've got this drum here and I want it to play on or a piano or whatever. So say I've got this drum program here and I want that to play on a MIDI channel, I can copy that and it'll copy to a MIDI channel. If say I wanted to create a new track based on just this information, so I'll delete these. If I wanted to create a new track based on this information, I don't have to copy the track, I can copy the pad. So I've copied this pad and I paste it there. I now have a new track. So now I've just got another track of that copied. So that's a quick way of creating a load of tracks if you want to, and then just delete the information from there. And delete is the same. The other two things are edit. So if I press edit on a pad, that'll give me all the clip information as well, and that'll show me the matrix. It's the same, similar is I can go and press on one of these, and as long as I hold it, that was my finger was in the way, then I can get all that information up there. So I've got copy, delete, and I can edit that clip directly from inside the matrix on here, or edit the event going directly to here. So it's like just going into the clip. It's like the same as doing that, really. And you've got, again, you've got the settings. Come on. Which is what I did by pressing edit clip. But yeah, it's just the same way. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's it. If you think I've missed anything within that, please tell me. I've tried to keep this quick. Any other tips that I can relay? No, I think it's pretty straightforward, to tell the truth. Well, you'll tell me anyway. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, as always, peace.